My dear pupils, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you for our social studies lesson, whereby we are going to discuss about present system of government in Kenya and Swaziland. We are going to discuss about the similarities and difference in the countries. But before I do that, I feel it is important to start by reminding you on what you are supposed to do in order to assist in curbing the spread of this deadly virus that is corona. But kindly remain at home. But if you are forced by circumstances to leave your home, then always put on your mask. Avoid congested areas, maintain social distance, wash your hands thoroughly using soap and water, and if you have the sanitizers, the better. If you feel like coughing or sneezing, please use your toilet paper and dispose it immediately to the rightful place. If you don't have a toilet paper, don't panic. Just fold your arm like that, you can cough or sneeze there. Above all, let us continue praying to our God, because I believe all solutions lie with Him. Having said that, let me now go to the topic of the day, whereby I've said we are going to discuss about present system of government in Kenya and Swaziland. Allow me to begin with the system of government in Swaziland. Swaziland, as you know, is a landlocked country in southern Africa. It was a British colony. The Swazi state was established by King Sobhuza the first, who was the chief of the Ngoni tribe. King Sobhuza II was a paramount chief of the Swazi people. Swaziland got independence in 1968 with Sobhuza the first as the Ngwenyama. The Ngwenyama, the word Ngwenyama was the title given to the king of Swaziland, and the word Ngwenyama means the lion. Swaziland is ruled by hereditary kings. Hereditary kings, that is to say that the title of kingship or the position of kingship is heredited. It is passed on from father to the son. Swaziland is ruled through a constitutional traditional system of government called Tihundla. The king is assisted by parliament, is assisted by a national governing council, that is a council of governors known as Ligogo. The Swaziland traditional parliament is known as Libandla. Libandla is the title given to the Swaziland traditional parliament. The Swaziland parliament has two houses. One, we have the Senate, which is also known as Upper House, and two, we have the House of Representatives, which is known as the Lower House. The House of Representatives has 50 members. The people elect 40 members, whereas the king nominates 10 members, totaling to 50. The Senate has a total of 20 members. That is 10 members elected by the people and 10 nominated by the king. If the king dies, he will be succeeded by his son. This type of succession is known as patrilineal type of succession. If the son is too young, then the government is run by the princess mother, that is the queen, has a title of Ndovla Kazi. The queen has a title of Ndovla Kazi, which means a she-elephant. Now, allow me to talk about similarities and difference in the government in Kenya and Swaziland. Let me start with the similarities. The heads of state are commander-in-chief of the armed forces in the two countries. In both countries also, the laws are made by parliament. Thirdly, the king of Swaziland and the president of Kenya are both heads of state. In both countries also, the civil service assists the executive to implement government policies. And fifthly, in both countries, parliament is made up of two houses. In Kenya, we have the Senate, which is also known as the Upper House, and we have the National Assembly, which is also known as the lower house. In Swaziland, we have the Senate, which is also known as upper house, and the House of Representatives. My dear pupils, now allow me to talk about the differences in the government, the differences in government that is in Kenya and Swaziland. One, Kenya is a republic, whereas Swaziland is a constitutional monarchy. Two, Kenya is headed by a president, whereas Swaziland is headed by hereditary kings, hereditary king. In Kenya, Kenya is a multi-party state. That is to say that Kenya has many political parties. But in Swaziland, there are no political parties. In Kenya, the president rules for 2 terms or in office. That is each term having a duration of 5 years. But in Swaziland, the king rules as long as he is alive. In Kenya, the president appoints members of the cabinet with the approval of the National Assembly. But in Swaziland, the prime minister appoints the cabinet with the approval of the king. In Kenya, the president appoints the chief justice, deputy chief justice, and all other judges accordance to the recommendation from the Judicial Service Commission, but again subject to approval by the National Assembly. But in Swaziland, High Court judges and judges of Court of Appeal are appointed by the king.
If you know your past, where you come from, you will know your future too. If you lose your past, I think you're no longer a human being because you no longer have that identity. So our identity, which is our traditions, plays a very important life in our society.
My dear pupils, we have reached at the end of our lesson, whereby we have looked at the similarities and difference in the 2 countries, that is Kenya and Swaziland. I would like to urge you that you can replay this video as many times as you can in order to acquaint yourself with facts about the 2 countries that we have just shared. You can also go to our YouTube, and our YouTube channel is Peter Namasaka. You can get all lessons there. And kindly subscribe. After subscribing, kindly press the bell icon, and anytime we post a new lesson, you will always get a notification to this fact. Otherwise, continue working hard and praying hard. Bye-bye.